Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Oh my God! Oh my God! No! It's so much bigger than.
And we'll take a look.
这名土耳其的灵异探险 YouTuber 独自一人在夜晚探访这间诡异的房子。这所房子位置偏远，周围没有其他的居民。据说是由于闹鬼，已经是很久没有人居住了。消息传开后，有很多人前来探访。那这一次他又能遇到什么呢？
Allah istemedikçe bana hiçbir mahlukat zarar veremez. Bismillah. Rüzgar mı yapıyor bunu? Ben buna bir anlam veremedim. Allahu Ekber.
需要说明的是，在拍摄当时室外正在下着雷雨，所以不排除声音很可能是来自于室外。但是之后，当他出门查看的时候，相机里捕捉到了恐怖的一幕。
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillahirrahman.
我不知道这是人还是其他的什么东西，看起来像是躲在黑暗里窥视着这个人。如果没有闪电的帮忙，他根本不会意识到有这个东西的存在。如果是我身在其中，看到这个，估计会被吓得半死。大家怎么看呢？这个叫做 Fear Cop 的 YouTuber 准备前往一个闹鬼的剧院里做调查。
Hidden camera mode now.
Watch this day.
据说有人在该剧院的地下室里面经常会看到一些诡异的东西。时间到了凌晨的1点30分，此时剧场里的观众已经散尽。 这一次，菲尔是独自一人偷偷地溜进地下室。
Do a little bit of investigating in the dark. It's totally dark down here. I don't know what's in this room here. Just furniture and stuff. We got something. Oh, jeez! Okay. Shh.
这应该是一个剧场演出的道具，除了外形吓人，似乎并没有什么特别的地方。 但是之后的事情变得越发的诡异。
Okay, that must have been from a play. This is the most disturbing thing I've seen in my freaking life. Jeez!
听声音，似乎是地下室里的物品被移动发出的声音。
That sounded like it came from down the end of this hallway. Oh, come on. I think I have enough information here to get the hell out of here and bring my team back in. Hold on, let me just... This sounded like it came down this hallway here. Alright, I'm looking for the doorway to the upstairs with this little thingy. Here's a doorway, here's a way out. Jeez! Jeez! I'm out of here. I don't know where I am.
Phil Cook 对 Alchemist 剧院的调查工作并没有因此停止。2个月之后，他再一次回到了这里。凌晨12点半。 Phil 独自一人坐在剧场里，就在此时，恐怖的事情发生了。剧场里的坐垫应该是只有在有人坐的时候才会放下来的。从侧面的摄像机可以看到，坐垫放平后没有再翘起来，而是很稳定的在那里，更像是有一个人坐在上面。 但是我们却看不到任何的人或者是什么东西，所以这会是什么原因呢？几分钟之后，菲尔再次来到了地下室。
Anybody in here? Besides the people upstairs. Okay.
正前方的就是之前放置恐怖假人的仓库，但是就在他靠近仓库的时候，
We'll take a look. Come on! No, the door was open. That door was closing. If anybody's in there messing with me, I'm gonna kick your ass. Oh, jeez. Hello? Hello? Okay, I don't see anything in here. Hello? Hey.
菲尔遇到的究竟会是什么呢？对于 Alchemist 剧院的调查并没有因此停止，这一次菲尔还带上了一个伙伴一起。
I know you can't see nothing. You don't have a light. That's not a light. That's an infrared
Fuck,
torch.
dude. Seriously.
Shit. What?
It's so fucking dark. Oh, it's a mirror, but I saw.
What'd you see? Something in the mirror?
I don't know. It seemed like it.
注意镜子里的字，是谁和他们在打招呼？诡异的事情并没有停止。
Can't see anything either.
Maybe I just caught.
Wait, just shine it in the mirror again. Oh, this is tight. There's the room. Okay, so I thought this was a way out, and I saw a pole fall. Okay. Okay.
素材录音里，我们还能听到一些奇怪的干扰的杂音。
Okay. Okay. There's a step down. Jeez. So that means. Fuck! The hell was that? What was that? Something went. Wait, that was where we came in. I can't see anything. Wait, was that? That's blocking our way.
是什么让这个轮子可以如此疯狂的旋转的？对于这个视频，大家怎么看呢？这是在乌克兰的基辅拍摄到的画面。当镜头转到桥上的时候，可以看到有一个生物在桥底下爬行，而且爬行的速度还挺快。我无法判断这是人还是其他什么生物，毕竟这样子倒着爬行对于人来说是非常困难的。大家怎么看呢？这个工作人员正在处理一段毁坏的电线，他被告知电线已经是被切断了电源，可以放心处理。正当他徒手解下电线的时候，显然上面仍然是通有高压电的。接触到地面的水之后，猛烈的燃烧。幸运的是，这个人穿着完整的防护服，所以并没有受伤。这群人在下水道里发现了一条巨型的蟒蛇。
We're gonna get our friend. We're gonna see if we can get someone over here to handle this huge snake.
他们发现手上的工具都难以应付，于是这个人决定下去徒手抓蛇。
Screwed it. I'm gonna step back, Zach, because there we go. There we go.
Watch out, bro. That thing is huge.
He's headed. You just move right there because I'm in here.
Oh my gosh.
There's only one way.
Bro, I don't want to watch. No!
I see him at all.
I can see his head in there. Oh my gosh.
Bro.
Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
Oh my gosh. No, my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Are you okay?
I'm okay. I'm okay. Guys,
Oh my god.
Oh my God! No! That's so much bigger than
Oh my
that.
gosh!
No.
Let him tire it out. He's wrapping around my legs.
Okay.
You want to put it in the net? What do you want to do?
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna hold him. Wait, let me grab by the body first.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh!
God!
Oh my gosh!
Guys!
Oh, look, guys.
Look how big
Guys, look how big this snake is.
This is crazy.
Rachel 独自一人和狗狗待在家里，
Buddy, are you okay?
她发现自己的狗狗在发抖。
Sakit. Buddy, what's wrong?
狗狗抖得很厉害，可能是因为太冷或者生病，也可能是因为害怕。但是当时的气温并不低，狗狗也没有生病，所以它是在害怕什么呢？
Sakit. Buddy, what's wrong?
接下去的内容似乎解释了狗狗害怕的原因。听上去像是有一个人在门口试图开门。狗狗的反应很真实，但是 Rachel 说啊，当时家里只有他一个人，那门口的声音会是什么呢？这家人在新年的时候邀请了朋友来家里聚餐。
新年会が開かれた。
男主人用相机记录下一家人开心的场面，但是事后在回看素材的时候，发现了恐怖的东西。当男主人将相机放在桌子上的时候，画面里的这个应该是一个不锈钢的容器。恐怖的是，容器里面反射出来的东西。
寝て動かなくなるし。本当だよね。突っ込んで。何を？それ何やってるんですか？ちょっと危ないね。危ない感じだよ。危ないでしょ。
左边这里似乎是站着一个穿黑衣服的人。但是很快，背后又出现了两个黑影。黑衣人离开后啊，黑影也随即消失。当摄像机被转动过去之后，我们可以看到这边并没有任何奇怪的东西，所以这个黑影会是什么呢？有勇气看到这里的都是真爱。在开始最后一个视频之前，不要忘了点赞加关注。 OK， 欢迎留言、点赞、加关注，我是乔伊，下一次见。